Roll up your sleeves. Everybody roll your sleeves up. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna roll my sleeves up, because you know why we're rolling the sleeves up? We're on one of the coolest maps in the game. We're on the main Thundah, the striking Thundah, the big Thundah, Thundah Mountain, baby. Crashed it.
Hey there everybody, my name is Arbitraeus Assixius, and the video you're watching right now is me just sort of test recording Team Fortress 2 using the NVIDIA graphics card feature, GeForce. The hell was it called? GeForce Experience, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This has nothing to do with the clip at the beginning. I just thought it was funny because I'm playing on Thundah Mountain and I just wanted to use it. Yeah.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Team Fortress 2 is an interesting game. It's a relatively old one, and it's one that I play a lot. Now, despite that fact, I'm not very good at the game, and you'll see for the following clips here, I actually die quite a bit, and recording it, I'm using the instant replay feature on the graphics card I have, so I pretty much only clicked it when I died, and you'll see that the clip kind of ends and fades out about here, sort of. There it goes, it just faded. I recorded this the other day, so I'm not entirely too sure what happened or how this ended. All I know is that this ended in a loss, this entire matches. Also, shout out to this medic here. I didn't ask for any healing, but he just kind of stuck with me, even though there's a perfectly good demo right there. That's probably a lot better. You can see the weapon I'm using is called the Airstrike, and it's not really a good defensive tool. It's more of an offensive weapon, but best defense, good offense, in my opinion. So I'm just kind of keeping up the pressure, trying to force them back. You can see I get one kill in the feed, right up there at that yellow bar. Also, didn't ask for crits here. That weapon that he has actually boosts my damage output. And as you can see, it actually went pretty well, even though I missed most of my shots after the initial barrage. Giving myself a little speed boost with this weapon to try and... Mostly trying to hit this sentry, but my aim is kind of terrible. You'll actually see a very good example of superb aim coming up at the end of this clip here. Medic dies there. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm more playing casually here, so I'm not actually trying my hardest. I'm just trying to keep up the pressure. The loadout I have is more of a supportive role, in my opinion. So I'm trying to let my team sort of stay anchored, but as you can see, we're kind of falling because the sentry gun there got taken out. Alright, here comes some wonderful aim on my part. I see a sentry there. I try shooting it, hit myself with one rocket, decide to back up, let my health return, and shoot myself with another rocket by hitting that beam there. As you can tell, I'm a great player. Now, the two biggest problems I had with this recording method using the GeForce Experience one was actually a bit of frame droppage in the exportation of the video and audio track misalignment. For whatever reason, the audio was not lined up correctly with the audio. Yeah, that's wonderful English. It was not lined up correctly with the actual video footage. But I tried to fix it as best I could. Here as I tried to do a flanking maneuver to try and thin them out. I managed to get their medic, but as you can see I got pinned in the corner there by a flamethrower, and that is not a wonderful experience. Alright, so we're back in, respawn. I see a soldier's jumping up there. I thought he was going to land down, but he must have landed somewhere else. Now here, I realize that they're kind of pushing us hard, so I opt to pick up another rocket launcher that's just sitting on the ground. It doesn't really work out so well. There's not really enough people pushing in at the time of when I grab it. I know some bullets there coming in from around the corner to the left, so I try to do this little drop. Now, I kind of panicked and thought he saw me there, but clearly he didn't. And either way, I don't think it will work out so well because that other soldier came in. Here, I'm switching up my loadout to be Screaming Black, sorry. Here I'm switching out my loadout here to be a little bit more defensive in my opinion. This thing I have here is called the Cow Mangler, and what it does is it fires rocket laser beams. One of my favorite weapons because it doesn't actually take any ammo, it just refills its shots by that little hand crank on the side there. And I also have a different backpack there. The one I had before was called the Conjurer. And that one gave me health. This one gives me a little bit extra health, but when I activate it, it gives damage resistance buff and an AoE around me and affects me and my teammates. Right, that soldier that keeps jumping up at me from around the corner, his primary weapon actually does 0 damage, so he has to opt to hitting me with his melee weapon. His melee weapon has a special feature to where if you hit someone just before touching the ground, it gives you a random critical hit, which in a sense one-shots you. So I'm more or less trying to keep my distance and be wary of him trying to dive bomb in and take me out. It's kind of why I was sort of hiding in spawn here, but I get a little brave, activate my resistances, and try to push in to try and stop these other guys. Take out the soldier up top there. Try to stop the medic push, but our spy came in and took care of it. Yeah, this wasn't really meant to be a sort of playthrough of looking back at my stuff. It was just me testing a recording, but I thought, why not do a voiceover? There's nothing really stopping me from doing it. A little bit of frame droppage there in the footage, but it wasn't too bad. It didn't happen during the recording of the gameplay, but it's just something I noticed that happened after exporting it and putting it in my editor. Alright, what happened there was I knew someone was chasing me. I didn't know if it was the soldier or the pyro until I turned around. So I tried to fire a preliminary shot in case he took the short corner, but he ended up going around. And I hit him with a direct hit, but unfortunately the splash damage hurt me a lot and I ended up dying. Back in here, I notice the sentry gets destroyed, so I opt to fire upward. See a spy there that gets lit on fire, he jumps down. If I remember correctly, there might be another clip coming up. There's actually a really funny moment between me and a scout. I'll be sure to point it out when it happens. Oh, I think this might be it. Alright, up and down. Alright, so the one downside to just recording the perspective using game capture is that you don't really see anyone else's positioning unless you're looking right at them. So I kind of wish I was doing the TF2 replay feature that allows you to record the entire match and then go back through and look at every player's perspective. Unfortunately, that's not really turned on in Valve servers for whatever reason. But I digress. Now, I actually had no idea this dispenser was here, so that was kind of a lucky find. Just getting my health back. That was a spy, of course, so I opt to shoot him. There's that soldier again. Still hasn't managed to hit me with his melee yet. But, yeah. No, I commend him for trying. Notice the sniper up there. He's gonna... I think this is a clip where he shoots me. He actually shoots me a couple... There it is. You're actually gonna see him a lot. This guy actually managed to kill quite a few people multiple times on my team, and I was one of them. Excuse me. So I opt to go for a charge shot to try and hit him. That's the nice little quirk about this weapon. If you click alternate fire, which is mouse 2, you actually can fire a charged rocket shot that does mini crit damage and also lights enemy players on fire. That's why I like this weapon. You have options. Now, the one downside to this weapon is that it actually does decrease damage against buildings, such as that sentry gun. So that's why I pulled out my melee to hit it, because in the long run it does more damage than my laser cannon. Now here you're going to see a stupid strategy right here. I try to load up a charge shot hoping he's not paying attention. As you can see, he was. Yeah, if at all possible, don't stand in an open sight line with a sniper and try to stand still. You're trying to hope for a lucky shot, because it's 9 times out of 10 it will not work. Now here I was actually surprised to see my sniper pushed that far up onto the enemy. So I give a little quick peek back to the cart to make sure no one's pushing it, and I try to give him support. Unfortunately, by the time I get there, he gets backstabbed. Once again, more examples of superb aim right there. And critical rocket kills me instantly. Yeah. Usually what I like to do when I'm dead is I try to peek around at what my different teammates are doing, so I'll just click through every once in a while. Excuse me. Now, I realized that they had a sentry nest up there, so I decided to fire a charge shot to sort of soften them up. Get a really lucky shot on the medic that was there. Again, decreased damage. I debated picking up that other rocket launcher at the bottom there, but then I thought to do a charge shot. Now, the funny thing about this charge shot is that it actually disables buildings. But I happened to look out and kill the engineer because for whatever reason he picked it up to move it. But then that soldier came in and hit me with a shovel finally. As you can see, the blue seizes that area, so we move on to the last stage of Thundah Mountain. Thundah Mountain is a 3-stage map. And we lost the first area, lost the second, now we're into defending the last one. I decided to shift my loadout again, but I go as far as switching classes to Demo Man, because I realized we didn't have one. Loadout I have is a 3-shot grenade launcher that does not explode on impact with walls, but instead on enemy players. And in a nice sort of reversal of my previous weapon, it actually does increase damage to buildings, which is very helpful. You'll see me try to work that into my gameplay here soon enough. And another item I have is a shield that when I click alternate fire, it allows me to sprint forward in a sort of charge attack. You saw that when I tried to ramp off, well, that ramp. And the final weapon here you'll see after I finish, and I'll pull it up and inspect it here, is a sign that I literally just ripped out of the ground, and I use it to beat people to death with. Yeah. Setup time, not so much really happens, but I figured short enough timer I could leave it in. I'll say Demo Man is probably the worst class I'm good at, is the class that I'm least good at playing, because I'm more or less terrible at arcing weapons. Because, I don't know, I like weapons that fire straight on, and I like lining up shots that are more straightforward instead of having to do an arc. But, as far as my Demo Man lives go, I'd say I did surprisingly well in this. Alright, this engineer is carrying a building, so I try to take him out as quickly as possible. Miss him, hit the soldier, so I focus on destroying his building, because increased damage. Unfortunately, Scout comes by and shoots me in the side with a shotgun. So he's setting up there, and I'm watching him in the death can, so when I respawn I can formulate a plan. Throat's a little scratchy, so that's why I'm coughing so much. Trying to lean away from the mic. Now, I hit that pyro, so he knows I'm behind him. So he tries to wait the corner, but I'm a little bit faster than him, so I managed to take him out without losing too much health. I'm sure in another version of that interaction, he would have killed me easily. See, that engineer still has his building set up, so I try to hit that as best I can. Miss the first shot, hit the second, hit the third, and hit the fourth to destroy all his buildings, and I get killed immediately. I'd say that was a successful life because I did what I set out to do and destroy his stuff. Realized I was running low on health there, so I just run away, go looking for a health pack. Health pack's not at the top here, and I get killed again. TF2 is a relatively fast-paced game when compared to other stuff. It's not quite as fast as Call of Duty. There are some, like, quiet moments in it, which I like a lot. But, yeah, if you don't If you aren't really aware of your surroundings, then each life can last only no more than 30 seconds. Which is actually what most of my clips comprise of, because I have terrible game sense. Debate switching my loadout here, but then decide to stick with it because I'm actually not doing terrible. Try to get behind the cart here and let's see here. Miss. Actually, I hit someone there. Here's a bit of a clutch moment here. He gets me down to 3 health. I try to back up the health pack. Managed to kill him just as I pick up the health, so... yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that, because usually it doesn't work out that way. D managed to get them off the cart, and try to go for this medic. I ended up weakening him. And I see the scout try to hit him, but don't manage to finish the job. Pyro pushes me down. I realize there's a sentry down there, so I kind of get tunnel vision and focus that. And that ultimately kills me. But hey, now when I respawn, I can go and try to take out the sentry. And I do. I realize there's a sticky trap here, so I try to lead the Pyro in, hoping he gets distracted by that. He ends up getting body blocked by our Pyro there. So we're able to kill him pretty easily. See the sentry again, opt to try and shoot that out. Take out the dispenser there. And then I focus down the engineer. Managed to take him out, doing relatively well. Try to charge that medic down. As you can see, he failed miserably. Go down to get some health. Yeah, just trying to keep an eye on them because the cart's tucked away in that corner. I actually think that's a spy because he has a really similar loadout to me. So I dropped down here trying to think. I thought the engineer dropped down, that's why I looked back, but he stayed up there. Alright, so I can't do anything with that sentry there because I have to try to be around the corner to not get hit. I'm really low health, so luck falls in my favor and I go for a melee hit and come out successful. Try to do something sneaky here. I try to sneak a shot around, like through that little thing between the stairs, a little hole there. But a soldier comes by and I get a little bit scared, so I run away, only to get killed by this Pyro. Now I kind of stopped focusing on the cart here. I don't think if I had went in it would have prevented the cap because there were quite a few people there when I turned this corner. But yeah, eventually I come back around. I see a heavy up top here. Try to hit him, miss. Coming with a charge, and I hit him with a sign. See a Pyro here. You'll see some wonderful moments of panic here, because, yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking here. Every once in a while you have stupid moments. You have moments where you're not smart, you're not dumb, you're just stupid. See a scout and a medic there. And there's also a heavy up in the corner, but I didn't see that at the time of recording. So I try to drop in behind to hit them. Don't manage to kill anyone, but I kind of wound them a little bit. Medic goes up there, I take him out here, hit the heavy a couple times. Stay around the corner so he can't shoot me. I try to take out the soldier, miss, and sign. Works out surprisingly well. I go to take out the dispenser there, but close proximity I end up damaging myself a lot. But I don't die here. See the engineer, hit him a couple times, take out his dispenser that he's carrying. Hit the heavy. Sentry gun takes it out and steals the kill from me. I think that's a spy. No, it's the spy on our team. There's an actual spy. I get lucky and actually hit him, but kind of reaching the end of the video here, we end up losing this round, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, you can't win them all, especially with me. But yeah, thanks for watching if you did. Again, this video was just me testing out the recording functionality of my graphics card, because at the time of recording this, OBS was not working. Whatever. So, yeah. That's about it. See you around.